Hello students, in previous lecture we have discussed case 1 of Frobenius method. Now in today's lecture we will discuss case 2 of Frobenius method. So here, if roots obtained from initial equations are repeated, then how to find solution, that we will discuss in this case. So for that, suppose roots obtained which are repeated are r1 and r2 which are same, so r1 is equal to r2 is equal to b. Now suppose y1 is the first solution which is given by y, where r is equal to b, and y2 is second solution which is given by del y by del r, where r is equal to b. So the general solution is given by y equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2, where y1 is this and y2 is this. Okay, so we will discuss this procedure in example. So let us consider one example. Find the series solution of the equation x y double dash plus y dash minus y is equal to 0 about x0 equal to 0. So first of all, here we have to check that x0 equal to 0 is regular singular point or not, because Frobenius method can be applied only when given point is regular singular point. So here we have to check whether x0 equal to 0 is regular singular point or not. So for that we will compare the given equation with p0x y double dash plus p1x y dash plus p2x y equal to 0. So by comparing we will get p0x is equal to x. Now we are checking for this point, therefore for x0 equal to 0 we will get answer p0x is equal to 0, because here we will put x is equal to 0. So p0x is equal to 0 for this point. Therefore x0 equal to 0 is a singular point by definition. Okay, now we have to check whether x0 equal to 0 is regular singular point or irregular singular point. So for that we are dividing the given equation by x. So for that we have to divide the given equation by x. So we will get y double dash plus 1 divided by x y dash minus 1 divided by x y is equal to 0. Now comparing with the standard form y double dash plus px y dash plus qx y equal to 0, we will get p of x is equal to 1 divided by x and q of x is equal to minus 1 divided by x. Now we have to find these two terms, that is x minus x0 p of x and x minus x0 whole square q of x. Here x0 is equal to 0. Okay, so x minus 0, and what is p of x? It is 1 divided by x. So if we simplify it we will get answer 1. Now we are checking for point x equal to 0, so put x equal to 0, so we will get same answer. Okay, here x minus 0 whole square into minus 1 by x, because q of x is minus 1 by x. So here it will be x square divided by x, so it will be minus x. Now we are checking for the point x equal to 0, so put x equal to 0, we will get answer 0. So here both answer are finite for this point, or we can say that both answers are defined for this point. Okay, therefore it is a regular singular point. So both x minus x0 p of x and x minus x0 whole square q of x are defined at x0 is equal to 0. Therefore x0 equal to 0 is a regular singular point. Now let the series solution of equation 1 about x0 equal to 0 is given by y is equal to sigma n equal to 0 to infinite a n x minus x0 whole raised to n plus r. Okay, now we are checking for this point x0 equal to 0, so put here 0, so we will get sigma n equal to 0 to infinite a n x raised to n plus r. So if we simplify it we will get x raised to r sigma n equal to 0 to infinite a n x raised to n. Now if we are expanding this, for that we will put n equal to 0, so it will be a0 x raised to 0 plus put n equal to 1, we will get a1x, then put n equal to 2, we will get a2 x square plus so on. And suppose this is equation number 2. Now differentiating both sides with respect to x, we will get y dash is equal to sigma n equal to 0 to infinite a n n plus r into x raised to n plus r minus 1. Okay, taking derivative of this. Okay, now again taking derivative, we will get y double dash is equal to sigma n equal to 0 to infinite n plus r minus 1 into x raised to n plus r minus 2. Okay, now we will substitute these values in equation number 1, that is our given question. Okay, so if we substitute these values, we will get x into sigma n equal to 0 to infinite n plus r minus 1 an x raised to n plus r minus 2 plus sigma n plus r an x raised to n plus r minus 1 minus sigma an x raised to n plus r is equal to 0. Okay, so here x raised to 1 into x raised to n plus r minus 2, so here adding the power it will be n plus r minus 2 plus 1, so it will be n plus r minus 1. Okay, and writing this term as it is, this term as it is. Okay, now observe first two terms. So there are some common terms, that is n plus r, then an, and x raised to n plus r minus 1. So these three terms are common, so we can write down this n plus r an x raised to n plus r minus 1 common. So here n plus r minus 1, this will be same, and plus 1, because second term is common here. Okay, so here only 1 will be there, so it will be plus 1 minus sigma an x raised to n plus r equal to 0. So if we simplify it, we will get n plus r whole square an x raised to n plus r minus 1 minus sigma an x raised to n plus r equal to 0. Now to obtain common power of x in each term, we will replace n by n plus 1 in first term. Okay, so that we can obtain the common power of x. So if we replace n by n plus 1 in first term, so it will be here n plus 1 is equal to 0, so it will be n equal to minus 1 to infinite. Here replacing n by n plus 1, so it will be n plus r plus 1 whole square an plus 1 x raised to n plus r. Okay, and this term will be as it is. Okay, here starting point of sigma is different, so we have to set these two starting points same. Okay, so for that we will put n equal to minus 1 in this expression, so we will get here minus 1 plus 1, so it will be 0, so r square, and here it will be a0 x raised to r minus 1. So this is the first term, plus now series will start from n equal to 0, so here sigma will start from n equal to 0 to infinite, and writing this expression as it is. So we can say that this whole term can be written as this. Okay, and here second term is as it is. Now equating the coefficient of lowest degree term to 0. Okay, the initial equation is, because if we have to find the initial equation, so for that we have to equate the coefficient of lowest degree term to 0, because right hand side of the equation is 0. Okay, so here lowest degree term is this, so we will equate this coefficient equal to 0. So a0 r square is equal to 0, therefore r is equal to 0 comma 0, because a0 cannot be a 0. So here this is repeated root, so we can say which is a double root. So for that, how to find solution, that we are discussing in this example. So this is example of case 2. Okay, now equating the coefficient of x raised to n plus r to 0, we will get an plus 1 in bracket n plus r plus 1 whole square minus an is equal to 0. Okay, from these two terms, if we equate the coefficient of x raised to n plus r to 0, we will get this. Okay, and here n greater than equal to 0, because series starts from n equal to 0. Okay, now making subject an plus 1, we will get an plus 1 is equal to 1 divided by n plus r plus 1 whole square an. Okay, now we will put different values of n starting from 0. So first of all, putting n equal to 0 in this expression, we will get a1 is equal to 1 divided by r plus 1 whole square a0. Okay, now we will put n equal to 1, so we will get a2 is equal to 1 divided by r plus 2 whole square a1. Now what is the value of a1? This, so we will put this value over here, so we will get 1 divided by r plus 2 whole square, r plus 1 whole square into a0, and so on. Here we have to find only two coefficients. Now substituting value of a1 and a2 in equation number 2. What is equation number 2? That is, this is equation number 2. So we will get y is equal to x raised to r a0 plus a1x. What is the value of a1? That is a0 divided by r plus 1 whole square. Okay, plus a2x square. What is value of a2? That is a0 divided by r plus 2 whole square, r plus 1 whole square. Okay, plus so on. Now taking a0 common from these terms, we will get a0 x raised to r in bracket 1 plus 1 divided by r plus 1 whole square into x plus 1 divided by r plus 1 whole square, r plus 2 whole square, x square, plus so on. Suppose this is equation number 3. Now for the first solution, putting r equal to 0 in equation number 3. So first solution is given by y1 is equal to y, where r is equal to 0. Therefore we will put r equal to 0. So we will get a0 in bracket 1 plus x square by 4 plus so on. So this is our first solution. Now for the second solution, we have to differentiate equation number 3 with respect to r. So we have to find out del y by del r. Okay, so differentiating this equation with respect to r, we will get a0 x raised to r log x. Okay, here using product rule, first of all taking derivative of this x raised to r. So derivative of x raised to r with respect to r will be x raised to r into log x, because here using the formula derivative of a raised to x is a raised to x into log a base e. Okay, so here x is a constant because we are taking differentiation with respect to r. So derivative of x raised to r is x raised to r log x. Okay, now this bracket will be a constant. Okay, this bracket is constant, plus a0 x raised to r. Now x raised to r is constant, and now we have to take derivative of this bracket. Okay, here we are using product rule. Okay, so first we have taken derivative of x raised to r, so this bracket is constant. Now x raised to r will be constant and we will take derivative of this bracket. Okay, so derivative of 1 is 0. Derivative of this term with respect to r will be minus 2 divided by r plus 1 whole cube into x. Okay, now here again using the product rule, because here it is r and here it is also r, so we have to apply product rule here. So here first of all this x square will be as it is and r plus 2 whole square will be as it is. We are differentiating this term 1 divided by r plus 1 whole square, so differentiation of this term will be minus 2 divided by r plus 1 whole cube. Okay, now x square as it is and r plus 1 whole square as it is. Okay, now we will differentiate this term, that is 1 divided by r plus 2 whole square, so derivative of this term will be minus 2 divided by r plus 2 whole cube plus so on. Clear? Now putting r equal to 0 in this, because if we have to find the second solution, then it is given by y2 is equal to del y by del r, where r is equal to 0. That's why we have to put r equal to 0 in this. Okay, so we will get a0 log x in bracket 1 plus x square by 4 plus so on, minus 2 a0 in bracket x plus x square by 4 plus x square by 8 plus so on. Okay, so if we further simplify it, we will get a0 log x in bracket 1 plus x square by 4 plus so on, minus 2 a0 in bracket x plus 3 divided by 8 x square plus so on, because here if we take LCM then we will get this term. Okay, now the final general solution is given by y is equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2. So c1, what is y1? That is our first solution, a0 in bracket 1 plus x square by 4 plus so on, plus c2, what is y2? That is our second solution. So multiplying this by c2, we will get c2 a0 log x in bracket 1 plus x square by 4 plus so on, minus 2 c2 a0 in bracket x plus 3 divided by 8 x square plus so on. Okay, now here assuming C1 into A0 as a capital A, because these two are constant. Okay, so assuming it as a capital A, and here C2 into A0 is also constant, so assuming it as a capital B. Okay, so it will be a plus b log x, and this is common from these two terms, so 1 plus x square by 4 plus so on. Okay, minus 2b x plus 3 divided by 8 x square plus so on. So this is our final answer. So in this lecture we have studied case 2 of Frobenius method. Thank you for watching this video.